Hello everyone, I'm GreenJab, and in this video I'm going to be looking at the redstone behind my Nyan and my Bad Apple TV. So if you haven't checked those out, I would recommend going checking those out before you watch this video. Viewed from above, the Nyan looks pretty good, but as I come down and increase my field of view, you can see how the illusion breaks apart as you can see each individual layer of redstone for each moving part. The biggest part of this is the redstone segments to move the entire head and body all at once in sync. In order to do that, I have this small contraption. This being a 0-tick pulse generator and 0-tick pulse repeaters, I can send a pulse here, then later on here, then later on here. This moves this segment first, followed by this segment later, and this part later, so there's never a push limit because this piston will always have moving pistons in front of it. Like so. And on the retraction, although this line here will do the same, try to push this one, then retract this one, then retract this one. However, because these pistons here are still powered, it'll only be once this redstone line reaches the end will this piston pick up this redstone block, depowering this one, which retracts this one, then depowers this piston here, which will retract this one here, and in the reverse will happen on the retraction, allowing it all to come back in one go. If I slow down the effect, it looks like this. The rainbow here is pretty similar to that, however, due to observers not being able to keep the block update event delay, which is how this machine works, I had to have this piston face a different way to these pistons just so that everything could work. However, as you saw in the video, this does work at 20 blocks per second using this trick which I've shown in my storage door, which you can check out here. Next part of the Nyan is the tail. Because I wanted the tail to go back and forth in like a V shape, what I needed to do is I had a flying machine because I wanted to have as the smallest amount of redstone visible when viewed from above. When I activate this machine, it will reach the end, but because of the lamps, it's a self-returning machine, so it will continuously go back and forth. And by having this end flying machine with a bit of redstone activate the other two flying machines, you can get that wave-like motion which you saw in the video. And the final part to the Nyan is the stars in the background. Here I have water-logged quartz slabs, so generally it's blue. However, by having a dispenser with a bucket collect the water and then quickly put back the water, you would get a bit of a gap of white. And by just chaining lots of these together, you can get the stars in the background, which you could also see in the video. By putting these three simple concepts together, you can build your own Nyan. However, I would recommend probably building it on a smaller scale. This is all possible in survival if you really wanted to. Here is a fully customizable black and white 5 frames per second TV you can build in Minecraft. You can have it make a short animation if you want, or you could make it display text. You can make it do whatever you wanted. Of course, this is a smaller version of the Bad Apple one, where that was 40 by 30 pixels, this is only 8 by 8 pixels. However, this is more easier to do in survival as I could run this in real time. The other one, I had to slow down the game to make everything work, but it was real time in the video. Well, how does it work? Here we have a simple version of what I have here, where I can input items as the code. So let's say I have this code here. So it pulses, then it double pulses, then it pulses. Because a bow is not stackable when ice is. So a bow will have a stronger output in this comparator, which this observer will detect. So when I unflick this lever, you see it pulses, then it double pulses, then it pulses. And the items are left in here. Each pixel is a 2x2 grid of dispensers with a powder snow bucket with a black map in an item frame in front of it, so you can easily convert to black and white. Here is a fully working 1 pixel TV. It starts off with a 27 item hopper timer, because there are 27 items in a shulker box and it runs at hopper speed. By having 2 hoppers side by side, I can combine at 4 game tick offset, I can combine them to create a 4 game tick delay between each frame, resulting in 5 times a second that this machine can run. Here's a small shulker box unloader to have the items run through before being combined again in the shulker box loader, resulting in shulker boxes down here. I haven't managed to get it to be renewable just because of how I also need a shulker box in here to have the items go into at the beginning, and just in terms of size it would be a lot bigger. It theoretically would be possible, but I haven't got there just yet. If I turn on this machine here, you can see an output.